Coming up on Scary World, we break down one of my favorite coming-of-age movies, Excision.
Can you contract an STD from having sex with a dead person?
Stay tuned. Welcome to Scary World, where we walk you through the latest and greatest in the world of horror. I am your host, Arturo Padilla.
Hi.
Before we get started, remember folks, no spoilers.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil the surprise.
There are 5 categories: production, story, ensemble, horror, and legacy. Every category can earn up to 2 points.
Showtime.
Per IMDb, the synopsis goes, a disturbed, delusional high school student
God, these high school students are lame.
with aspirations of a career in medicine
Another doctor.
Yes, another doctor.
goes to extremes
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
to earn the approval of her controlling mother.
Mother!
Production.
We have such sights to show you.
This movie was directed by Richard Bates Jr. He actually made a short of the same name back in 2008. This movie is actually his first feature length, and he does a phenomenal job with it. I think he did a great job expanding on his short film and added extra layers to it and added more of what made that short a success. This film is shot well. It has great composition. They knew exactly what they wanted in every frame, and they made sure to get those shots. The film looks great. There's a lot of pops of color, especially in the dream sequences that our main actress, our protagonist Pauline, goes through. These dream sequences are very vibrant. They're very bold. They're very gnarly too. We get a lot of good gore in these dream sequences and really make this movie stand out. I think Richard Bates Jr. did a great job making sure he successfully expanded on his short film, and not just expanded it, but just made it its own and just a better piece of work. And for that, this movie gets a 2 for production. Story.
Surprise, Sydney.
The script and the story was also written by Richard Bates Jr. As mentioned in the previous section, he expands greatly on his short film of the same name. And with this expansion, he adds a lot more depth to the characters, a lot more depth to the visuals, a lot more depth to the concept. He expands the dreams, as I mentioned before, with our main character, Pauline. And these dreams are just the best. They're decadent, they're obscene, they're bold, they're vibrant, they pop with color, and they drive the story. These dream sequences make us, it gives us a window into Pauline's mind, into her id. And I think they do a great job of pushing the story along and showing us a different side of this character. Along with that, all the acts hit the proper beats. There's also some very timed comedic beats here that actually work and hold up even on rewatch. The ending of this movie, I'm not gonna go into that obviously, but the ending of this movie, folks, it will polarize people. Some people might not even like the ending of this movie. I, for one, love the ending, and I think it's super impactful and definitely makes this movie. And for that, and for story and script and all that awesomeness, this movie gets a 2. Ensemble.
Any of them move, you fry 'em.
The supporting cast does a great job in this movie. All the characters involved are very well developed, very well written. There's great dialogue amongst all the characters in this movie. Tracy Lords was awesome. She did a great job as the antagonizing mother all throughout this movie. I think her character was very crucial and important to the success of this movie and how it all came down. The way she treated Pauline and the way she treated her husband and favored the other daughter really lends itself to the character and that antagonizing character that we have in the home front for Pauline. And speaking of Pauline, Anna Lynn McCord was absolutely fantastic. Some people might think her performance could be a little goofy, maybe a little over the top, but her performance works. It works very well in this movie. She does a great job portraying this gangling high school, weirdo pretty much. And she knocks it out of the ballpark. She has some scenes that you might think, she's doing a little bit too much, but I think it works. It works for the characters around her. Her weirdness and her mannerisms really add another layer of horror and cringe, you can say, to this movie. Her character brings up a lot of cringy moments, a lot of weird moments that people might question. It might turn them off, but it just lends to the character and how weird she is, how different she is from anything else in this movie. She anchors the movie from start to finish, and boy, she did a great job. A very, very good job. Along with that, I think we have to send some kudos as well. I forgot to mention this in production. The makeup used for Pauline's character really kind of just kill it, man. They make her look all pimply faced, and then in her dream sequences, she looks very luxe, very just decadent, and the makeup really helps. It shows the two sides of Pauline, the one in reality that people see, the one she doesn't like, and then the dream sequences shows her inner self, her id, what she wants to accomplish, what she wants to do. I think it's a very successful way to develop a character in a movie. And for ensemble, this movie gets a 2. Horror.
Is it scary?
This movie is filled with great practical gore. The blood was gorgeous. It was vibrant. It was full of crimson, shiny red. It was so extraordinary to see on screen because they just did a fantastic job with the way the gore looks. The blood glistens, it pops, very vibrant. It's very impactful. Tons of moments that are just very cringeworthy here and help our main character, Pauline, just like stress people out and gross people out. It's very awesome. It's very well done. And as mentioned before, the dream sequences that we get are just phenomenal. They drive the story, and on top of that, they just fill these scenes with all this blood and this gore, and visually is just super stunning, super effective, super impactful. And for horror, this movie gets a 2. Legacy.
So what do you think?
I love this movie. From start to finish, from frame to frame, from act to act, I really enjoyed this movie. Some might find it polarizing. Some might find it unwatchable. Some might not even like the movie at all. And that's the beauty of horror, right? But in my opinion, this movie is excellent. It's the coming of age story of a potential serial killer. If you really think about it, this character, Pauline, is just wild. A wild character. Wild, fully developed in terms of her story arc. It's great. I can't say enough about the character and about the gore in this movie, about the blood, about the dream sequences. As mentioned, the supporting cast does a great job helping Annalyn McCord and Pauline's character be successful. This movie just has it all, man. If you really want to watch something that's different, if you want to watch something that will make you think and will definitely make an impact on your brain and be unforgettable, this is the movie. I love this movie. And for this, it gets a 2 for Legacy. To tally it up, Excision received a 2 for production, a 2 for story, a 2 for ensemble, a 2 for horror, and a 2 for Legacy, bringing its total to 10. 10 out of 10. A lot of you might be thinking, man, Arturo, you're out of your mind. You're crazy. But go watch it. Give this movie a chance. I gave it a chance back in 2016 when I first started CorpseFeed, and it blew my mind. And I decided to review it for you guys again because it was just so good. And I wanted to see how my review held up, and it held up just the same way. It's a perfect movie in terms of all the attributes I look for in a horror movie, right? You have your production, it was on point. You have your awesome story. You have your great cast. You have some awesome bloody gore in here. And you have memorable, lasting impact. That is what this is all about. That's why it's a 10 out of 10. It checks off all those boxes, and it gets full marks for all those categories. This is a really good movie. If you have not seen it yet or been exposed to this movie, I highly recommend it. You can find it on Tubi streaming, actually. And I think it's on Freevee as well. Go watch Excision. Go find it. I guarantee you, it will leave you with something. If you don't like it as much as I do, at least it will leave you with that memory of Act 3. So go watch Excision.
Can you tell me what time it is?
And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching Scary World. Don't forget to drop a comment down below and hit the thumbs up on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, most importantly. Tell all your friends to come to YouTube channel, subscribe to CorpseFeed, like, subscribe, and share. We have spoiler-free horror movie reviews for you guys Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We have the official CorpseFeed podcast, The Morgue, dropping on Tuesdays as well. We have plenty of content for you guys here on YouTube. And we want you guys to go over to the socials and like, subscribe, and share there as well. We are on Instagram, on X, on Threads, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitch, on wherever else there's a social feed. We're probably on there. So go check us out. We'll see you back here on Monday for a new episode. And remember, it's a scary world out there, but we are here to walk you through it.
I just wanted to say goodbye.